Hello, world. I'm going through a series of conversations about why education is such an important focus for my business. And I wanted to take some time to explain where the educational focus belongs in your business strategy as far as it goes in attracting and retaining your ideal clients. The one thing I have to make clear is that education is something that is part of everything we do. Every conversation we have with one of our potential clients, whether we know it or not, whether it's intentional or not, there's an educational component. But if we can just talk about why I recognize the need for education as a focus for how you approach your go to market strategy, I think it'll help you understand what we're trying to accomplish in teaching you how to teach your clients to guide them as you use the art and science of leading them to make the best decision to solve their own problems through conversation. With that, it's best to start with this paradigm about the knowledge that they have of the solutions that you provide and the problems that those solutions solve. At a certain level, there is nothing but pure apathy. They don't understand that there is a problem that you need to solve. They don't care about the solutions you provide because they don't know that this is important to them. There's total apathy, ignorance is bliss. But on the high end of the scale of that knowledge, that's where they feel that they're an expert in what you do, that they know enough about the type of problem they have and the solutions you provide that they could pick from anyone without any interference from you. Without a conversation, they know they could choose exactly what they need to solve that problem. It's a very common thing that they need. And right in between those two, there's a sweet spot. In that sweet spot, your solution is a needed potential solution because they have enough knowledge about the pain points that they have, the problems in their world, that they're trying to solve that problem, but they don't have enough knowledge about the solutions that they're opposed to hearing from someone who's an expert in what they're dealing with. They still have that little gap in knowledge that they're looking for someone to help them understand how to solve those problems better. And in that respect, you can position yourself as that expert and through knowledge and education, building on what they know about the problems they need to solve, very easily, in very few words and very few conversations, help them understand how your solutions can help, and therefore lead them through all the art and science at your disposal to make the best decision to solve their own problems through those conversations. That's the sweet spot. However, when you're below that line, you're going to have to give them education about their world and about their problems. There is a gap in knowledge and understanding, a huge learning curve that you have to take them on. And in that way, you're sort of offering some disruptive solutions. You're helping them to see the world in a different way that they don't necessarily understand. You have a disruptive solution to their problem, some disruptive innovation to the way they see the world. And you're going to have to spend time not only talking about your products and services, but building a case for why what you do is important, why it's valuable. This comes into play for a lot of tech solutions where people have innovated some new and creative solution to a problem the client didn't understand. So they have to reframe that client's world in a way that helps them see the value in the solution they provide. And that requires you to make sure you build out content and steps and processes to make learning happen. You can't just say, here's a solution that does X, Y, and Z because they don't see the world that way. So you have to build that into your approach to the market. Now, on the other end of that spectrum, you've got people who see that your solution is just one of many. They've heard this before, they've seen many solutions like yours. And in that respect, you've got to focus your education on your unique value proposition. You can't come with the basics because you've got a commoditized solution, something that they feel they've seen a lot of. And you find this in a lot of personal business to consumer services. An esthetician is an esthetician, a massage therapist is a massage therapist, a gardener is a gardener. Any of those types of solutions require you to talk about why you do it differently. They don't want to hear the same basics from you. It's not going to be purely transactional in the sense that, hey, you can do the same thing as the next guy. You got to tell them why you're uniquely different. So you have to focus all of your marketing efforts, all your education on focusing on your unique differentiators, or all of your marketing talking about your solution is making it up to them to decide why you're different than the next person. Remember, people don't want to pay less for the same. They want to pay for better, and they would pay more for better. They don't want to just do the same. You got to show why you're different. And that's where you got to focus your education in saying that, yes, these other places do have the same service I provide at the same quality. However, this is why my eco-friendly approach matters to you. This is why my care and attention to detail is better than the other solution and why it's different in ways you can't find somewhere else. If you're not making that education happen, you're putting a lot of work on your client's hands to decide why you should be their top choice. So I hope that's helpful. This is a paradigm for how to focus on education in your approach to the market. Take some time, try to commit some of this to memory. And if you got any questions about it, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you in any ways that I can. Have a great day.